They call them queens. They call them icons. They call them the women who put Latin culture on the map. But let's be honest, maps change and empires fall. On my right, we have a woman whose hips allegedly don't lie, but her tax returns tell a very different story. A woman who turned a breakup into 1 billion streams because she couldn't keep her man, Shakira.
I don't lose men, Jack. I upgrade. And I don't hide from the truth. I sing it.
And on my left, the triple threat. She can't act, she can't sing, but she can certainly marry. The woman from the block who hasn't been to the block in 30 years, Jennifer Lopez.
Cute intro, Jack. Really cute. I built an empire while you was still learning to read. I'm a mogul. She's a pop star. There's a difference.
An empire built on ghost singers and rom-coms, and a career built on belly dancing and goat vocals. Tonight, we aren't here to dance. We are here to bleed. Round 1, the talent versus the brand. Jennifer, rumors have swirled for 20 years that you don't sing your own choruses. Shakira, people say your voice sounds like a dying animal. Fight.
Let's start with facts, Jennifer. When I go into the studio, I write the lyrics. I compose the melody. I produce. When you go into the studio, you wait for Ashanti to finish recording the demo so you can lip sync over it. You are not a singer. You are a performer, a very expensive karaoke act. I'm real, jaw play, those aren't your vocals on the chorus. The world knows it.
Oh, please. That is such a tired internet conspiracy theory. I work harder than anyone in this industry. I am in the gym at 4 a.m. I am on set at 6 a.m. I have a hustle you wouldn't understand because you're too busy barefoot in the grass writing bad poetry. And let's talk about your voice, Shakira. That yodel, that goat vibrato, it was cute in 2001. Now? It sounds like you're swallowing a frog. You have one trick. You shake your ass, you do the yodel, and you pretend to be humble. I deliver a show. I give Vegas energy. You give barefoot hippie energy.
I give art. That is the difference. My music comes from pain, from joy, from me. You treat music like a product line. You sell perfume, you sell shoes, and you sell songs. It's all the same plastic to you. You haven't had a solo hit in a decade, Jennifer. Why do you think your tour got canceled this year? Because nobody wants to pay $500 to watch you breathe heavily while a backing track does the work.
My tour was reformatted because I chose to focus on family, something you clearly struggle with. And don't talk to me about hits. I am a global brand. I am J.Lo. You are, what, the Waka Waka girl? You rely on World Cups to stay relevant. Every 4 years, they defrost you, you do a little dance with a soccer ball, and then you disappear back to Spain to hide your money.
I do not disappear. I am the most streamed Latin female artist in history. While you were making that narcissist documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, which, by the way, became a meme because you looked so desperate for Ben's attention, I was breaking records with Bizarrap. I turned my pain into diamonds. You turned your marriage into a PR stunt.
A PR stunt. Interesting. Speaking of stunts, let's talk about the men, because both of you seem to have a talent for public humiliation. Jennifer, you collect engagement rings like Thanos collects infinity stones. Ben, Mark, A-Rod, Ben again. Shakira, you spent 11 years with Piqué only to get traded in for a 23-year-old and a jar of strawberry jam. Who is the bigger failure in love? Go!
Failure? I believe in love, Jack. I'm a romantic. I don't give up. But Shakira, honey, it was embarrassing. You let that soccer player humiliate you globally? He brought another woman into your house, ate your jam, and you didn't even notice? And then, instead of handling it with dignity, with class, you wrote a diss track comparing yourself to a Rolex? It screamed insecure. You look like a bitter, scorned woman who defines her worth by a man.
Dignity? You want to talk to me about dignity? You dragged Ben Affleck around red carpets looking like he was in a hostage video. The man looked miserable every single day he was with you. He looked like he wanted to vanish. You are addicted to the wedding, Jennifer, not the marriage. You need the attention. You need the headlines. I loved Gerard. I gave him my youth. I sacrificed my career to live in Barcelona for him. And yes, he betrayed me. But I didn't hide. I roared. A wolf does not cry over a sheep. You just recycle the same exes because no new man can tolerate your ego.
My ego was why I'm a billionaire. Your sacrifice is why you're alone. You moved to Barcelona and became a housewife. That was your mistake. You stopped being a star. I never stop. And let's be real, Ben loves me. We have a complex history. It's poetic. You wrote a song called May and Amore about Piqué's beard and his blue eyes. And now you look foolish. You immortalized the man who cheated on you. That song is forever. The cringe is forever.
At least I feel something. You are a robot. Jenny from the block, please. You haven't taken the 6 train in 30 years. You shame your staff. There are stories, Jennifer. Waiters, drivers, maids. They are terrified to look you in the eye. You forbid people from talking to you. You preach love and light on Instagram, but behind the scenes, you are a tyrant. I connect with people. You look down on them. That is why the public turned on you this year. That is why your album flopped. The world is tired of the fake, humble act.
The world is jealous, and so are you.
Let's stop the petty gossip. Let's talk about the real hatred. 2020, the Super Bowl halftime show. Jennifer, your documentary revealed you were furious about sharing the stage. You thought you deserved it alone. Shakira, you knew she didn't want you there. And while we are at it, prison. Shakira, you faced 8 years in prison for tax fraud. Let's open the wounds.
It was my moment. It was my year. Hustlers was the biggest movie. I was at the peak. The NFL insulted me by making me split the time. I had to condense 25 years of hits into 6 minutes. It was disrespectful. And frankly, Shakira, you were difficult. You wouldn't compromise. You insisted on doing your belly dancing routine, which took up valuable time. I tried to bring unity, but you were just fighting for camera time. I brought the production value. You brought a rope.
You are delusional. The NFL called me first. They brought you in because they knew you couldn't carry the vocal performance live. I saved you, Jennifer. I played the drums, I played the guitar, I danced, I sang live. You climbed a pole and spun around. That isn't a concert, that is a strip club audition. I represented Latin culture, the Afro-Colombian roots, the champeta. You represented yourself, your vanity. You were angry because for once you couldn't control the narrative.
I represent Latinos every day. I opened the door for you. But let's talk about representing Latinos. How about representing them in court? 14.5 million euros, Shakira. That's what you tried to steal from the Spanish people. Hips don't lie, but your accountant certainly does. You lived in Spain for years and pretended you lived in the Bahamas. That is fraud. You almost went to prison. You had to pay a settlement to stay out of a cell. You talk about being a woman of the people. You are a tax evader. You steal from schools and hospitals to buy more Rolexes to compare yourself to Casios.
I paid everything, every cent. The Spanish treasury targeted me because I am famous. They wanted a trophy. But let's talk about your crimes, Jennifer. The crime of irrelevance. You canceled your This Is Me Now tour because of low ticket sales? That is the industry term for nobody cares. You put out a movie about your life that cost $20 million of your own money, and people laughed at it. They laughed at you. You are desperate to prove you still matter. I faced the judge, and I walked away free. You are facing the public, and they are scrolling past you. My scandal made me stronger. Your scandal is that you are boring.
I am an icon. I have a residency. I have brands. You are a single mother with a suspended sentence and a catalog of songs about your ex-boyfriend. When the hips stop moving, Shakira, what do you have left? Because the voice was never really there.
I have the world. You have a warehouse full of unsold beauty products and a husband who looks like he's regretting his life choices on every paparazzi photo. Watch your step, Jenny. The block is slippery.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Two Latin queens, one fighting to stay out of jail, the other fighting to stay on the charts. Shakira, you claim to be the wolf, but you spent a decade in a cage of your own making. Jennifer, you claim to be real, but everything about you is manufactured, polished, and sold for a profit.
The wolf is free now, Jack.
And the queen is still on the throne.
Are you? Or are you both just fighting over the scraps of attention the internet has left to give? History won't remember the hits. It will remember the fraud, the divorces, and the desperation. This has been The Echo Chamber. Sing us out, if either of you actually can.